Okay, so it's going to be one of those nights with the video. Anyway, so, I feel like this energy is self-sabotaging. I know a lot of times they call the devil card sex, drugs, rock and roll card. Maybe you're having an excess of these type of energies. But I really think, and maybe that is what's happening for some of you, but I really think it is a self-sabotaging energy. I think your mood is down. I think you just don't feel like doing the daily routines anymore, especially with the planetary energy that's going on right now. I feel like, the line that's being blurred between reality and illusion. I really feel like you're just tired of the day-to-day bullshit. And I really think this is what this card is representing. Even though you could have some excess and some other things going on, but whatever it is a thought pattern that you are trapped within your mind that you need to break the negative thinking, because it's not something someone is doing to you. You don't have any control of what other people do, but you do have control of what you do. And if it's just a situation you don't want to be in, you have the control to change your situation. And honestly, after I looked at these cards, I really don't need to pull any more cards on the devil or the death card, because if this is how you're thinking about situations, then you definitely need a renewal. You definitely need a death. You definitely need something to end so something new can begin, something more positive. Death, for the point of understanding, sometimes you may hear a tarot reader or astrologer or something say certain cards are negative. And that's just to get to the point, not to beat around the bush. Some cards do give off a more negative vibe than others, but really no cards are negative, because it's all positivity to get you where you need to be. So I know I've called cards negative before, but just negative, maybe a lower vibration to get you to understand that's the message you need to get to a higher vibration. So with the death card, if you're going into the job, if you're living in excess and this is the energy that's needed, then yeah, you need to end some things for a new beginning to come. And that's what the death card represents. These people are welcoming death. When you talk about death, nothing really ever dies. If you believe the soul lives on, the death of the body, death of relationships, ending of relationships is endings. Deaths are endings of phases in our lives so that we can move on to something new. Death is transformation. So this is exactly what you need after the energy of the devil, because something has to change. Whether it's work or it's relationships, you have to bring an ending so you can bring in some new, fresh, positive, higher vibrating energy. So that's what's going on. And I don't know which message is meant for you, but that's either going to be on a work front or relationship front. And maybe a part of the death coming in is you realizing maybe there are some things about yourself you need to change. Maybe you need to come out of your box. Maybe you need to come out of your shell. I'm thinking if you want different results in these areas of your life, relationships, work, or whatever, if you're unhappy, you know that you are 50% of your situations. Wherever you're unhappy at, whatever's going on in your life is a mirror of something inside of you. Is this a mirror of the energy you're bringing to the table? If you want a transformation, the first place to make a change is starting with you. As Michael Jackson best said it in his song, Make a Change. I don't know, it just came to me, people. Nine of Wands in reverse. And it would have been really nice to get this card up right, because, traditionally the Nine of Wands card speaks of, this person, he's been through some battles. He's got this bandage on his head. He's been through a fight, but he is still standing. He is on guard. He's got these, he's got one wand in his hand, and he's surrounded by these 8 wands, almost as like a fortress, a fortress of protection. He's still standing, which means this man may have been victorious in the previous battles. He might be beaten and tattered, but he is still going. That is a positive card. When I first look at this card, I tell you, I don't ever get a positive vibe when I first see this card. And then I kind of remember, what the Rider-Waite tarot deck meaning of it is. But I have to be honest, it's not one of my favorite cards. The Nine of Wands isn't one of my favorite cards. But then when you look at the deeper meaning to say,